focused and determined. Says he's revitalized, purposeful. He has found inner peace. Has simply matured after years of, as he puts it, drinking and chasing.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Mohegan Sun Arena here in Uncasville, Connecticut. It's time for the featured bout of the evening, and it's all brought to you by Main Events and Fight Night, Inc. in association with Showtime and Miller Lite. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribal Gaming Commission Athletic Unit with the unit chief, Jerry Boyle. Our chief physician at ringside, Dr. Michael Schwartz, along with Dr. Anthony Alessi and Dr. Walter Ialaci. Timekeeper at the bell, we have Michael Murtha. Now we introduce you our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Oneida Castle, New York, Donald Ackerman. From Cromwell, Connecticut, Stephen Epstein. And from Brookfield, Connecticut, we have Frank Lombardi. And our third man in the ring from Patterson, New Jersey, Eddie Cotton. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening, featuring the big boys of boxing, scheduled 10 rounds of action. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Mohegan Sun, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner, promoted by and representing Cedric Kushner Promotions. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with red trim and joining us from Akron, Ohio. His weight 234 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 26 wins, 3 losses, 15 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former NABF heavyweight champion, introducing Robert Desert Storm Davis. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round attraction, wearing green trunks, fighting out of Detroit, Michigan. He weighed in at 223 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 34 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the number 10 heavyweight in the world by the WBC. Please welcome the former light heavyweight world champion and the former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Double M, Michael Moorer. Once again, a referee in charge, Eddie Cotton, now to give instructions.
All right, boxers, you received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. All right, this is good right here. This is good. You got nice trunks. All right, let's touch gloves. Have a good, clean fight.
That's got to be the longest stare down, particularly by Michael Moore, I've ever seen. He started staring down at Robert Davis as soon as he got into the ring. The southpaw, not known for his foot speed, more flat-footed, not a great deal of movement, but has good hand speed. Davis, by his account, 5-0 versus southpaws. He's a natural left-hander who fights in the righty stance and has more power in his left. He's durable and tough, but he's been down 7 times, although he came back to win 5. Here we go. The southpaw Mora in the green. Robert Davis, who fights out of the conventional stance, in the black.
Davis said he was going to move to the left right away, which he's doing using the jab. Michael's going to have to cut the ring off, step around and throw that right hook.
Davis going right on the attack to the head of Mora. Mora with a big right hand, and Davis is down, and he tries to take Mora with him. Down seconds in is Robert Davis.
6, 7, 8. All right.
Unofficially 26 seconds into round 1. Davis down.
And it was funny because Davis, his trainer, said he goes down a lot early in the fight. And I said, what do you attribute that to? Not warming up, something not doing early. He said, yeah, well, why don't they fix that?
He sort of becomes like a deer caught in the headlights when he receives a big punch. He just stands there and becomes a big target, as you just saw. And Mora pounced on it.
Some people need to get that first big hit before they get started.
Right hand followed by a nice left that both connected by Michael Mora, who's having his way here in the first round.
Right now, Michael Mora's right hook is being the telling blow. He's hurt Davis with it twice.
Davis's corner imploring him to move. Don't stand there.
And after looking in Michael Mora's eyes in our interview, he seems like a changed man. There's a different person in there, but he's also fighting a little more aggressive, a little sharper.
Oh, he just staggered Davis. Davis ready to go again. Eddie Cotton looking very closely. Down he goes for the second time in the first round.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A barrage
Come on, man.
by Mora. Can he survive the final 55 seconds?
And Davis is coming right at Mora, which might be a mistake.
Remember, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. So if he goes down one more time, it's over.
Michael Moore ran into a nice right hand here by Davis, showing no effects though.
Davis's heart and guts being tested here in the opening round. Mora looking for his 10th first-round knockout.
Big right hook again. Davis keeps walking right into that right hook of the southpaw Michael Moore.
If he goes down one more time, Davis, in the final 8 seconds, it's over.
Time.
Oh, and Davis is rocked at the bell, and he's got a cut, as you can see, around the left eye.
Gentlemen, the doctor's here.
That's right. Let him walk. You walk, right? Don't worry about me.
I got the doctor.
What is you doing? You got my hand back.
Stay
Listen to me.
calm. Corey, stay calm, Robert.
I want you to be like a warrior.
You've been in this position before. Stay calm.
Be like a warrior. Give me some Vaseline, please. When you hit him.
First knockdown, clean right hook. Watch Michael Moore laying it right on the chin. That starts the damage. A couple of follow-up punches that didn't land cleanly, as you see Michael Moore almost being tackled back. Second knockdown starts with another right hook right over the dropped left hand of Davis, and he gets wobbly. Michael Moore coming in, following up with combinations on the inside and some crushing right hooks that eventually send Davis back to the floor. He took a lot of punishment in that first round.
Davis is doing exactly the opposite of what he told us he'd do against Mora. He said you can't bang with Mora, and that's what he's trying to do. You have to use lateral movement, and he hasn't been moving. You have to stick and move, and he hasn't been doing that. And you have to keep on the outside, and he's not done that. Mora on the inside, going to the body. Davis down 2 times in the first round. 26 seconds in, and then 1:50. And he was hit very hard just before the bell.
Yeah, that right hook again. Michael Moore is honing in with the right hook. He's finding the timing of the way that Davis jabs with his hand and just leaves it hanging and bangs with the right hook.
Davis not changing his look. He is a huge target for the left-hander Moore. And back comes Davis out of nowhere with a left-right.
And he staggered Moore with that right hand. He Moore's one leg buckled, and he held on immediately.
That got Moore's attention.
It was a nice right hand down the middle, his best punch.
And then Moore digging to the body with the left. Left hand by Michael Moore upstairs. Big left, straight left hand, and a right uppercut by Moore, showing a big arsenal.
Davis is in a little trouble here, but he seems to fight better when he gets hit.
And he's been hit a lot. Moore mixing it up. And he landed with a heavy right hand in that exchange. Oh, there's a stiff left hand right on the nose by Moore. Davis looking more durable now after an awful first round in which he tasted the canvas 2 times. These are hard inside shots, lefts and rights by Moore to the head.
To his credit, Davis is fighting back. He needs to throw his punch a little straighter and get there first. He's coming in second. Michael Moore's catching him on the inside.
Davis eating a lot of leather. But yes, every once in a while he catches Moore, like right here, combination of the head, but back comes Moore with a right hook. And a straight right hand that got to the defense by Davis to the chin. Davis looking to force Moore back now.
That would be moving because Moore is less effective and considerably less powerful when he goes backward. There, Moore made a big mistake, spun all the way around and paid for it.
Davis getting a little confidence. Final seconds of round 2. A much better round for Davis.
Deep breath, Michael.
You're working really well. Really well.
Okay, Michael, now don't get careless out there. All right, I want you to work behind that good jab. Michael, don't let him get off first, okay?
Looks like he got a little careless here. Sloppy on his way in, missing, spinning all the way around, and almost paying dearly for it. That was more of a slap in the chest as opposed to a shot to the jaw, but paid for it. Here's another look. Over the top, off balance, sloppy, and you never turn your back on your opponent. You just don't do that.
Boy, if he did that against a top-rated fighter, he would really be in deep trouble.
He sure could, Steve, because a good puncher would plant one on him while he's off balance on ropes like that, and it could be lights out.
Round 3. Big right hand, followed up by another right by Moore.
Moore with a nice right hook to the body there, too.
Davis
Fighting back furiously.
He's got Moore against the ropes. A bad place for Moore, who pushes him off. Boy, after a terrible first round, Davis showing a lot more moxie here in the second and third.
As his corner set, for some reason, he goes down a lot early and then starts to fight. Boy, he puts himself in a terrible hole that way.
Well, he gives himself a very dangerous wake-up call.
Nice and easy. Come on.
If he had gone down one more time, the fight would have been automatically over with the 3 knockdown rule. And back comes Davis again. Right-left combination to the head, pushing Moore back. And Davis is landing. Moore has gone into a bit of a shell here in round 3.
Moore came out landing that right hook. Now seeming to be a little more economical with his punches.
More cautious, trepidatious, but now Moore coming forward. but not throwing. Now he goes to the body with the left, but Davis ties him up. Moore 3-0-1 since his comeback November of 2000. Oh, Moore goes down.
He threw a right uppercut and slipped. I think he hurt his leg.
Yeah, it's not a knockdown. No knockdown, says Eddie Cotton.
No, he stepped in and just slipped.
He just crumbled to the canvas, but he looked dazed as he got up. Well, it was not the result of a punch, so no knockdown. Heavy right hand to the jaw by Moore. That was his best punch of the round, and a wild miss by Davis. Good sequence here by Davis, landing on the inside.
But you can see the power really coming off the punches of Davis. Now he's just putting him out there. Some of the body blows, fatigue setting in simultaneously.
And a heavy left hand to the neck by Moore sends Davis back.
And Davis is still not on steady legs, Steve.
Let's see how he responds. 10 seconds left in the third. Davis looking shaky.
Michael Moore being smart, working the body.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. Good job, fellas. Good job, thank you.
Good job, Michael. Nice deep breath.
Put a little water on his head.
Yep. Deep breath. Okay, Mike.
Take a look at Moore coming in, trying to throw a right uppercut and slipping. Here he leans in. There he throws a right uppercut. He actually hits Davis and goes down. Davis never throws a punch.
That was very bizarre.
Very, very strange.
Moore threw the punch and went down.
Here's another look at it. Moore throws a right uppercut right through the gloves, hits him clean, and goes down. And possibly being knocked down without a punch being thrown by Davis.
Something you don't see every day, folks.
Slipped on some water. Simple thing.
Let's go. Come on, let's wipe that corner up. Wipe that corner up.
And it is round 4 scheduled for 10. Davis going down 2 times in the first round. The first time 26 seconds in. Moore going down from a slip, not ruled a knockdown in the third round. Actually threw the punch and went down and landed.
And landed an uppercut, yeah.
Cleanly. Here's Davis with a left-right combination to the jaw. Moore coming forward, looking to be the aggressor. Going to the body with a straight left. Moore missing with the combination. Now more movement, lateral movement by Davis, which is what the corner wants to see.
Michael Moore looking here to be a little more deliberate. There you see him make Davis miss, step back in, but being a little more deliberate, a little more economical with his punches.
Approaching the halfway mark of round 4.
Both men slowing down with the speed on their punches.
Moore picking up his trunks. They're falling down. Using that jab. Moore going for the accumulative effect.
He's trying to work the body, working behind that jab, then maybe open up the upstairs. To his credit right now, Davis moving just enough to keep Michael off balance, not let him land cleanly. And throwing punches, although not a lot on them.
Davis 26-3 with 15 knockouts. 30-year-old from Akron, Ohio. 3 losses to Lance Whitaker, Terrence Lewis, and Monty Barrett. 2 of the 3 by knockout. Moore in the green, 42-2-1, 34 knockouts. The 2 losses to George Foreman and Evander Holyfield in the rematch. That was his last fight before retiring for 3 years back in '97. His stock actually went up in defeat, showing courage and conviction, getting up from 5 knockdowns against Holyfield.
And I'll tell you what, right now, after that first round, that horrible 2 knockdown round, for Davis, his stock might go up if he keeps the fight this close throughout as well.
Here's what's coming up on Showtime Championship Boxing. Check out some of this action in March and April. Coming up March 16th, Daniel Santos, Yuri Boy Campos, Antonio Margarito, Antonio Diaz, Six Heads Lewis on the card on March 30th, along with Derek Gainer. I'm really looking forward to Calzaghe Brewer, April 20th, Bobby.
I'll tell you what, Steve, that's a fight that's got to be one of the best. I think that has the potential to be a spectacular blitzkrieg. What a matchup.
And the Black Rhino returns to Showtime April 27th, Clifford ATN. We're at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. We've already seen one big upset earlier tonight, as previously unbeaten Francisco Pancito Bojado was beaten by Juan Carlos Rubio. Tonight in the main event, it's 2-time world champion Michael Moore continuing his comeback against Robert Davis. We enter round 5, scheduled for 10. Steve Albert with Bobby Ches and Jim Gray.
Davis stuffing that right hand down the middle quite nicely against Moore several times per round. He doesn't have real power, but pretty sharp, pretty quick, pretty accurate.
And Moore with that shotgun right jab having its effect on Davis. Now Moore dropping his hands for the moment. Here's the press row look. They all have Moore ahead.
I'm also in agreement. I think 40-34 is very clean. I haven't given a round to Davis yet, although he's fought some very good sequences in each of the rounds, including the one he was knocked down twice.
Give him points for courage after being down 2 times in the first round, Davis. Bouncing back from that.
Not only points for courage, but he came here to win. He didn't come here just to get a payday and or survive. He came here to fight and win, or at least try and win.
And hoping that perhaps Michael Moore would take him for granted, underestimate.
It won't be the first time it's happened, even tonight.
Not tonight, that's right. We may have seen that earlier tonight with Bojado's upset. Davis, a U.S. Army and Desert Storm veteran.
For a moment there, Davis was coming forward, pushing Michael Moore back, which would be key if the fight stayed that way. Could turn things around.
Interesting sidebar to the life of Davis was an assist from his 9-year-old daughter. He delivered his own son after his wife Stephanie went into unexpected labor at their home in August of 2000. Interesting life, Desert Storm veteran, and delivered his own child. The crowd now booing. They want more action, particularly after that last fight. You can get spoiled after that kind of action.
In the early part of this fight, was all action too. First couple of rounds was a lot of punches for heavyweight division. Heavyweight division is not used to seeing that many punches.
Perhaps a little too much action for the taste of Robert Davis, as he went down twice. But he's recovered and he's fighting back.
How you feel? Take a deep breath. Suck it in, okay? One more time. Swallow a little bit this time.
too, Michael. Just keep those combinations.
That's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're tired. You ain't thinking. He tired too. If you want it, you're going to go out there and do it. When you inside, up the middle, and finish with the left hook.
You're in the fight, right?
I want to see you do it. You got to get mean.
Let's go, gentlemen, let's go.
Let's go, fellas.
There you go, Chuck. Dick, take the bucket, Dick. Yeah, I'm getting it.
Michael Moore told us as he takes a big, deep breath that where he goes from this point on depends on tonight's performance. Does he not only have to win, but win impressively, Bobby?
Well, you know what, Steve? I think there's a couple of things here. The style that Davis has is pretty awkward from time to time, and Michael Moore came out different than we've seen him in the past. Came out with a purpose, came out to make a statement, and here he is again.
Well, he's trying to make a statement here with that flurry.
You know, I think that there's still some rust in there. There's still some things that have to be worked out, some kinks. But he does need to be clean with this win to get back in title picture.
All right, stop punching, stop punching, stop punching, stop punching. Come on, stop punching there. Come on, back it up. Go on.
But there's no question by the reaction of this crowd as Moore lands with that first right hand that they want to see more aggressiveness from Michael Moore, the two-time heavyweight champion. Particularly with the fact that they think Davis is not in his class. They want to see him take Davis out. But the guy's coming off a 3-year layoff, and he's been fighting journeyman, nondescript people. A cut around the left eye of Davis opening. Trying to see if the blood is getting into his eye.
Being off 3 years can create a lot of ring rust. He's had 4 fights back, 3-0-1. He's had to take off a lot of weight, get acclimated. This is one of the step-ups in talent he's taken since his comeback. Davis also 4 years younger. A lot of these things should all play at once. Moore could be getting older right in front of us.
Well, he's fighting father time. He's fighting the clock, and he's also going to find, if he continues to win these comeback fights, what's called the mandatory logjam. That's going to be tough too, to get by all these #1 contenders who are waiting in line to get to the championship. People like Kirk Johnson, Mike Tyson, Chris Okendo.
I think as this fight has unfolded to be a tough test, better for Michael Moore that it wasn't a 1 or 2 round blowout. I think this is going to be better for him in his comeback, better for his conditioning overall, his learning, and his maturing.
And not to forget Chris Bird, of course.
See a cut on the left eye there.
Yeah, now it's really opening up. Chris Bird will beat David Tua here on Showtime.
Right,
a lot of blood around the left eye of Davis, who just lumbers forward and falls on top of Moore. Final seconds of round 6. Davis fighting back.
Stop punch. Good job. Thank you. There you go.
We got a new cut. Don't worry. Just give me time to work, baby. Give me time to work.
He can stop it, Rob.
How much is
There you go. Huh?
How much is
You ain't listening good enough. You ain't throwing your punches. You're falling inside.
I thought I'd get up to somebody that time.
Well, do better. When you get up right between your legs.
The sequence of Michael Morrison chasing Davis back to the ropes, throws a beautiful straight left hand right to the belly, and what he does is mix it up with a right hook up top, come right back. Now, this isn't where Davis gets cut, but I'm sure it doesn't help his eye, and it shows where Michael Moore doesn't neglect the body, showing his experience, coming right up top with a crushing right hook, a little more zip in that right hook. That's the type of right hook that's been hurting Davis all night long.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Time.
Here's a good look at that gash above the left eye. It's in a bad place where the blood can go into the eye and obscure your vision. This has not been one of the more scintillating affairs. Moore comes out pumping here in round 7. Prentice Bird, his advisor, Moore's advisor said he'd like to see Moore fight Hasim Rahman. Perhaps he likes the idea of Moore or Holyfield 3. John Ruiz, forget Tyson Lewis. He says they're all jammed up. There's also Vladimir Klitschko. They feel the situation is right for Moore with the heavyweight division in disarray, but he's going to have to look more impressive against fighters like he's got here in front of him tonight. This is not Rahman or Holyfield or Ruiz or Klitschko.
See, there you saw just now Davis throwing 2, 3, 4 punch combination. Something we saw Rubio do before to out hustle Panchito Bojado. Davis trying to pull a little of that here right now.
Minute gone by, round 7, scheduled for 10. Davis down 2 times in the first round. He was once down twice in the first 30 seconds against a guy named Willie Walker, and he came back to knock Walker out at the 91-second mark. Had his jaw broken in 3 places, hung in there against Goofy Whitaker, although he was stopped in the second. So he's a tough guy.
Nice counter right hook, and then a counter left hook back by Davis. Both of them matching hook for hook.
And a developing situation. Moore's right eye starting to swell. Somewhat closed. As we approach the final minute of the 7th round.
Break! Okay, stop punch. That's good right there. Thank you, fellas. Back it up.
And the blood streaking down the left side of Davis's face. It's from a cut above the left eye. It was reopened in round 6, originally opened at the end of round 1.
Right.
Stop punch in there. Come on, get out.
Boy, the pace has really slowed.
Some nice counters to the body by Moore, came up top, but then not quite enough to keep the volley going.
We'll see if that right eye continues to be a factor as Moore is shaken up.
Got hit with a big left hook, Steve, and then he tripped. I don't think it was all the punch. There was a lot of tripping and some pushing involved.
A balance shot.
Bell saved him. You're in this fight, kid. You almost had him knocked out.
You see that? I want that right there. Okay, I need to work this cut, fellas.
You hurt him bad.
Please let me work this cut. Let me work this
Stay
cut.
calm. Stay calm. Okay?
Mouthpiece.
His power stays.
Keep them hands up. Keep them hands up. Keep them hands up. Hold up on the water, son.
The bell.
After 2 knockdowns in the first round, I'm going to show you right where that cut started in the very first round. Right hand right on the eye. That's what ripped open the eye. Michael Moore's right hand was doing all the damage, including both knockdowns. Davis closing the round well. Coming out, Michael hits him there, then kind of trips, and they push each other a little bit, and this was just the last round. Showing some come from behind Davis.
Let's go.
I gave him that round too, Steve.
There's a good look at that right eye, closing a little bit on Michael Moore, Bobby, as we enter round 8, scheduled for 10. A very game. Robert Davis from Akron, Ohio, bouncing off the canvas twice in the first round and landing, too, his share of shots here, fighting hard against Michael Moore, the 2-time heavyweight champ, in his comeback. His second foray into boxing. He said he was bored and burnt out after the Holyfield fight in 1997, which he lost by TKO after round 8, being down 5 times. He had an alcohol problem. He has reinvented himself, so to speak, revitalized, centered, focused, has his priorities in order. Uh-oh, now a low blow being claimed by Robert Davis.
That didn't appear low from my angle, Steve, so I'd have to see it again, but I thought that one was pretty much on the belt line.
Pretty close, maybe borderline.
You pull his head down, so you got time. Walk it off. Come on. Come on.
I spoke earlier with some of the people in Davis's corner, and they said we did not come here to lose. We came here to win.
Well, we'll see. A fighter,
he's fighting that way.
if he is hit below the belt, can't continue within 5 minutes. He loses.
Okay.
But he seems to be ready to continue now. Needed less than a minute to recover. Mora back hard. And then he's held by Davis. That right eye of Mora continuing to close. And Davis landing, then he stumbles as he slips.
A little bit of his own momentum take him over his feet and got tangled up. And Mora didn't jump on him. I would have tried it.
Both these guys are taking some explosive shots on the inside of the body. We have gone from a blazing affair in the Bojado-Rubio upset with Bojado losing
to some people slightly more cumbersome.
Diplomatically put.
Well, right now, we're seeing that Robert Davis showing a little bit of a second wind, showing a little pickup in the pace.
So these guys are going to look even slower after seeing that fight. As slow as it is.
Stop punching there. Get up. Okay. Go. Stop punching there. Come on, stop.
Davis using that big body, all 234.5 pounds, to lay on top of Mora, and that wears you out.
What Michael Moore is doing is he's leaning back sometimes as he lands a great shot.
Excellent sequence here by Davis.
Michael Moore is leaning his head back. He's getting caught on the tail end. Very dangerous.
Okay, Michael. Nice deep breath. Yeah, take your rinse. Michael.
Let's take a look at the little south of the border. Yes, indeed, it was very low. Right hook on the inside. Right to the cup. Athletic protector. With the forbidden zone. A little later on, Davis is still working, and Michael Moore leaning out, not being effective. And Davis just spins himself around and trips.
Might have been some moisture around that area of the canvas. We've seen a lot of slipping in that area. Robert Davis has been past 8 rounds 3 times. He's 1-2 as we enter round 9. Michael Mora has a record of consistently going deep into fights, going 10-1 in bouts that have lasted past the 8th. Remember the George Foreman fight? He was ahead for 9.5 rounds when he was knocked out by Big George, who became then the oldest heavyweight champion in history at 45. And that's a fight that will probably haunt Michael Mora to the end.
Break! Stop! No, there you go. No, stop punching.
If you're just joining us, as we look at press row scoring, they've all got more ahead.
All right, stop punching.
George Kimball has them ahead 78-73.
Thank you, fellas. All right.
Myself, I have it 77-73. That's all in the ballpark. Give or take a round.
If you're just tuning in, Davis down 2 times in the first round. Had he gone down a 3rd time, it would have been automatically stopped with the 3 knockdown rule, but he survived the final seconds. And he's fought bravely since. But it's not the first time he's been down.
Stop punching there. Come on, let it go.
More than once in the first round.
You know, that rule's not always in effect across the board, but it is here. Very fortunate to get out of that round.
They're using what they call Mohegan rules. This is a non-title fight, so they're not using the unified rules. Oh, there's a nice right hand to the nose, the side of the nose by Mora. And then Davis, on unsteady legs there, walked into one.
All
But he comes right back and throws punches. Yeah, Davis did not come here to be a professional opponent, Bobby.
No, in the last couple of rounds, he's outworked Michael Moore, and I gave him the last couple of rounds. This round right now is very close. Moore's landed some cleaner blows, maybe a few more blows landed by Davis.
It's a hard-trying guy, Robert Davis. He is not here to lay down. He comes off a 10-round decision over a past his prime Frankie Schwindel back in December. And lost a very close decision before that to Monty Barrett.
All right, stop. Thank you, fella. Pick it up, pick it up. Back it up. Come on, come on up, come on up.
But who thought we'd be talking more about Robert Davis than two-time heavyweight champ Michael Moore right now?
Beautiful right uppercut on the inside, but Davis showing no ill effects. One of Moore's best punches in rounds.
Giving Moore some anxious moments is Akron's Robert Davis. As we head for the bell
Stop it,
in round 9.
Stop it there. Come on. I said stop in there. Yeah. All right, come on. Let's go. I got it. Come on. Please stop in there.
What?
Need a break. Needs a drink. Oh, I gotta
Bring it.
bring it.
Bob, you can win this. What round is this? 10th round?
Last round, Mike.
Man,
Last
with 10
round.
rounds, baby. Hey, you know you can do it.
All right, Michael.
You know? Hey.
This guy's got one shot, okay? Don't let him lead to you, son, okay? Michael, you're going to dictate the pace. Take the
Two-time heavyweight champion Michael Moore on the left of your screen, going into the 10th and final round against a very game Robert Davis. And what do you have, Moore slightly ahead heading into the 10th?
I am ahead by a couple of points. That do mostly on the fact that he dropped Davis twice in the first round. So right now, Davis needs at least a knockdown to pull even, maybe a knockout.
So here we go, round 10. Not many people thought the fight would be going this deep. Most of Michael's comeback fights have ended very, very early against Lorenzo Boyd, a 4-round TKO, Terrence Lewis, 2nd round, Terry Porter 4.
Freddie Roach said something very important, Mike. Do not let him take the lead. Do not let him come to you first. What that has is it forces the momentum more backward. He's tired, a little more tired now. His reflexes aren't as good. He needs to come forward where his power's better, and Davis needs to react to him.
Now Moore hanging on.
Got a little sloppy and wild swinging on the inside.
Moore walking into one.
They're halfway through the round. No one's made a big statement for this round yet.
It looks like Davis is the fresher of the two.
That does appear to be true, Steve, but it's an awfully late in the part of the fight to be that fresh and not do something with it.
What you're saying is it just may be too late for him in the points department.
And he's still backing up. He's probably looking for a big right hand to win there. Got caught with a nice right hook. Michael Moore still being the aggressor, at least a little bit right now.
Final minute of the final round. I'm sure many folks here in the crowd and watching on television would express disappointment in the performance here of Michael Moore, thinking that he could take care of business a lot better against a Robert Davis.
Well, I think something that he'll find all that weight plus the age is going to be a little more difficult to keep conditioning late in the fight.
Bobby, Michael Moore getting tagged there. A bunch of shots to the head by Davis, and he's pushing Moore back. This is a good round for Davis. Straight right hand by Davis to the nose. Not much behind it, though. And Moore looking tired. Davis landing with a straight right again through the defense. Final seconds of the fight. Davis
hit with a good right hand too.
And that's it.
Come on, fellas.
But you'll hear the booing.
Go clean bout, man. Clean bout.
I'm sure not what Michael Moore had in mind.
Nor what I thought I would see as the first couple of rounds were unveiled.
Did fine. Did fine. We said you went 10 rounds.
He has to go 10 rounds
I'm sorry, baby.
against
I love you,
Robert
Steph.
Davis.
The kids. I'm glad it is. How you doing? I'm afraid to cut. Well, it was a try. It was a try.
Getting as many people in as he can with hellos. Family
Everybody
and
home,
friends.
my mother and sisters.
There you go. I don't think he left anybody
There you
out.
go.
But anyway,
I love y'all.
Moore had Davis down 2 times in the first. Davis able to survive and then go 10 rounds with the 2-time world champ.
To his credit, Davis probably upped his stock here. Thought he was in a no-lose situation. If he got blown out, a lot of people expected it. He lost in a gallant fight, which it appears he might have here. His stock goes up. If he wins, which he also still could here, although I don't think so, his stock goes through the roof.
As they attend to that cut, which first opened in the first round. And they got reopened badly in the 6th. There's Freddie Roach and his advisor, Prentice Bird, as they surround Michael Moore, his 5th fight back since the comeback. It would be very surprising if Moore doesn't get the points victory, but he would have liked to have looked better.
Let's revisit the first round and their first knockdown. Michael Moore landing that clean right hook. That starts all the trouble. He follows up with some combinations that don't really land cleanly, but Davis already on his way to the floor and looks to put a little chokehold on his ankle. Second knockdown. Right hook starts it again, gets him in trouble. Moore follows up. You can see the unsteady legs of Robert Davis, and another clean right hook that really sends him reeling. And eventually Michael Moore stuffs a jab and left hand, which will eventually pummel him to the ground. It appeared as if he would be able to be more expeditious with this. In the same round, the right hook that opens the cut right there on the eye of Robert Davis, one of the original right hooks to start the trouble, but that was all the trouble that Davis seemed to have the first round. After that,
yeah,
he held his own.
And Moore doesn't have the excuse of being bored or burnt out. Let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judges at ringside, Don Ackerman and Steve Epstein, both scored about 97 to 91. Judge at ringside, Frank Lombardi, scores about 99 to 89. All three in favor of the winner, Double M, Michael Moorer.
Unanimous decision for Michael Moore, who ups his record to 43-2-1, 4-0-1 in his comeback. And let's find out what's going on in the mind of Michael Moore with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Michael, what would be your assessment of how you fought tonight?
First of all, no serious injuries. Say hi to my son, Michael. I love you, buddy. My assessment was probably a C. He's a tough, durable guy. I haven't gone 10 rounds in a while. I went 10 rounds. I'm pleased with my performance. But he was a game fighter. He came to fight. And I can't knock everybody out. This is boxing. You have skill. It's a skill game.
Did he maybe outwork you in the last 3 or 4 rounds?
No. I was beating with the jab.
Were you tired?
I was a little fatigued. Yeah, I don't lie, so I was fatigued.
Where do you go from here with this now? I mean, this was your 5th fight in your comeback, and I know you wanted to step up the competition after this fight. You said this fight was very important for you to assess where you are. Where will you go from here now?
We'll see what happens. I'm going to stay in the gym and see what happens. I'm glad I went to 10 rounds. I needed the rounds under my belt.
Do you feel as though you're ready to step up and compete with Rockman, Klitschko, Bird, some of these folks?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm a very confident guy. Styles make fights. What can I say? He came. He was a game fighter.
A C would be an assessment of yourself. C would mean average, an average, honest assessment. Are you encouraged by what you've done tonight at all?
I'm sure there can be more done, but I'm going to be encouraged by it because I want to do it.
All right. Michael, we look forward to seeing you continue your comeback.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Robert, if we can talk to you for just a moment. Mr. Davis, how did you manage to survive that first round? You almost went down 3 times, and here that would have been the end of the fight.
Yeah, I just didn't see him coming. I warmed up kind of early because I thought it was gonna be a knockout ahead of me, and went the distance. I kind of cooled down again, couldn't get my heat going until after I got into the fight good.
You're a slow starter by your own admission. Was that the problem tonight? After that slow start, you could never catch up?
Yeah, well, I didn't catch up. I tried. He was throwing some good punches and getting some good shots off, and I kind of got on my game plan, just not being as active as I wanted to be.
Robert, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Mohegan Sun Showtime Main Events. Thanks for the opportunity. I'll be back.
All right, we look forward to that. Steve?
All right, Jim, thanks.